So today we are going to dive deep into the digital forensic testimony of what was found in the Lindsay murder trial that is still ongoing. Now, before we do this, I want to make sure that I present to you who Lindsay was and who Patrick was or still is or still they are. So I wrote a few things down just to make sure that everything is in order before we dive deep into the search history. Now, Lindsay Clancy worked as a labor and delivery nurse at the Massachusetts General Hospital. Labor and delivery nurse. That's check. As for Patrick, he worked in technology sector as a business application sales executive at Microsoft and had previously worked for a tech setup. So I wanted to make that clear before we go into what was found in the digital forensic testimony. So I'm going to start off with medications. Just a moment. So for medications, there was a repeated search history regarding prescription drugs, including low how quickly Wellbutrin works for depression. So, I'm not a medical professional, and so I'm just going to read out what these drugs mean. And if I butcher any wording, I'm really sorry. If I butcher the pronunciation of any drugs, I'm really sorry. So, Wellbutrin is a prescription atypical antidepressant that treats major depressive disorder and seasonal affective disorder. So it works by increasing norepinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine in the brain, and is unique because it generally does not cause weight gain or sexual dysfunction. So that is one. And then when we go to like another drug that was searched was ketamine for suicidal ideation. So for ketamine for suicidal ideation, this is a fast-acting, specialized medicine to quickly quieten the thoughts of self-harm and suicide. To quieten thoughts of self-harm and suicide. On to the other thing that was searched was lamictal. So according to what I searched and found, lamictal is a prescription medication used to treat epileptic seizures and delay mood episodes in adults with bipolar disorder. That is lamictal. And then another thing that was searched, still part of the drugs, is Elavil. And this is a brand name. It's an older tricyclic antidepressant used to treat major depression. So most of these searches of these drugs are for treating depression and symptoms of bipolar disorder, anxiety included. So another thing that was searched, still in the medication, is trazodone. So it's a prescription medication officially approved to treat major depressive disorder. Now, we go to like another one, and this is what has been mentioned severally. There is Seroquel, which is a generic name. It's a typical antipsychotic medication prescribed to treat schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and major depressive disorder. So let me just define what schizophrenia is. So for schizophrenia, it is a mental disorder that is characterized by hallucinations, and that is typically hearing voices, delusions, disorganized thinking or behavior. So let's go to the next drug or medication that was found in the search history. So Zoloft, which is a generic name as well. So it is a prescription antidepressant in the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It is used to treat conditions such as depression, panic attack, and anxiety. So we also have Ativan. It's a prescription medicine in the benzodiazepine drug class that is used to treat anxiety disorders, severe seizures, and to relax patients before surgery. Now, maybe we can dive deep into Etivan and like the uses of it. First of all, we talked about anxiety, right? So it calms down severe stress, panic, and anxiety. As for seizures, it stops dangerous non-step seizures. And for pre-surgery, it helps a patient feel sleepy and calm before an operation. So, and there was another such history on there, which is benzodiazepine withdrawal. Benzodiazepine withdrawal. And some of the symptoms include abdominal cramps, agoraphobia, which is fear of situations which feel difficult to escape, anxiety, including physical symptoms such as muscle tension, tight chest, fast heartbeat, sweating, trembling, or shaking. Now, let's go to something else that was searched, that was found in the search history that was presented in court. There was something, and this goes to January 20th, and that is 4 days before the whole ordeal occurred, before the murders took place. On January 20th, 2023, there was a search about, can you treat a sociopath? And just so you know, a sociopath is an informal term for a person with antisocial personality disorder, ASPD, which is a mental health condition characterized by a long-term pattern of regarding rules, social norms, and the rights of others. And I think this is something that I think the court is really sleeping on. Now, another thing that was searched. Let me just read out that for you. ASPD is a mental health condition characterized by a long-term pattern of regarding rules, social norms, and the rights of others. So something else that was also searched, that was found to have, that was important to like bring about, was kids Miralax. So for someone like me who did not know what that was, but had heard something to do with the kids' constipation. So Miralax is an osmotic laxative that softens stool by drawing water into the intestines. While widely recommended by pediatricians for childhood constipation, the official package label advises consulting a doctor before giving it to children aged 16 and under. So the search for this medication was found on the digital devices. So another thing that we need to note that was also searched was CVS, the CVS pharmacy that we saw Patrick was told allegedly to go to by Lindsay on that fateful day. So that was that was also found in the search history. So this is all the information, and of course there's more. And let me just take you back a little. This was all the information this is part of the information that was presented to court to have been the digital forensic testimony of this trial, of this murder trial. Now, there is something that is worth mentioning, and that is in August 2022. So for this specific testimony, right, in August of 2022, Lindsay Clancy's Facebook account was accessed before someone searched for country musician Tom Hall. And then the same track, we can say the same search led to the person going to the Wikipedia of Tom Hall and also clicked through, what is it called, a hyperlink. So when you go to like a Wikipedia page, there are some like there's a word text, but behind it there's a link. So clicked on a hyperlink that was related to his death, that led to a web page titled Suicide Methods. And also like the same one, it also involved like the Grafton Bridge. So this was just the same track of the search history came from the device that had logged in to Lindsay Clancy's Facebook account in August of 2022. And now the device that had logged into that was a Microsoft Surface Pro, which apparently belonged to Patrick. So, having listened to what I just said, what do you make of this digital forensic information that I just presented to you? Do let me know in the comment section.